Why is Joe Hill still even remembered 100 years later? Swedish immigrant, poor. It's amazing. He's become a folk hero. What interests me is that Joe Hill symbolized something in the West and in our country that I responded to. What was that? Joe Hill came to symbolize the struggle of the working people against this oligarchy of capitalists. He symbolized somebody who stood up against injustice, and he symbolized somebody without any real power standing up against guys with power, just by his wits. And I think that's important. The context in the West was war, literally class war. The National Guards brought in, put down the strikers, killed some strikers to benefit the mine owners. This was a pattern. Utah was trying to be a respectable state after the terrible struggle they had to become a state. And they didn't want to be out of step with the federal government at all. But Joe Hill made them be out of step, because it turned out that they felt like their honor and respect needed to be upheld by the president, but he was on the other side. But picking up Joe Hill and executing him was probably one of the biggest symbolic things they could have done to cause a lot of trouble. Because he was, while he appeared to be just another working stiff, he was actually internationally famous. And I think Joe Hill was not guilty myself, but I think he would never have been executed today under the laws we have today on the evidence they had in those days. I don't think it was a fair trial. I think Joe Hill's lawyers were a joke. It just is shocking, the power of the state once they get on the track to get rid of somebody. It's really awful. And not to have a clear evidence saying somebody's guilty but still executing them is really awful. Because we're all kind of guilty because we're part of the state.